Hi everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. I hope you're having an amazing time wherever you are. Thank you for joining the Aladin Show, and today I have another special guest. I hope you've been watching my other shows as well, as you know that I have all my guests are very, very special and unique, and today she's even more special. Her name is Shabnum Khilji, and she's actually a broadcaster. She's a well-known presenter of the radio, and she's been doing this for many, many years, and she's well-known in Scotland. And she also campaigns for women's rights and education for girls, and also health issues, and of late on mental health. And she's really, really passionate about helping women regarding mental health, and everybody really, every man, woman, child. And the thing is, she loves to travel. She's traveled the world, but she's planning to do more of it. I wish I was in her shoes as well. I would love to do more traveling, but Shabnum is an amazing lady, great energy, and I'm so glad to have her on my show today. Welcome, Shabnum.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, good morning, good evening to everybody, to all your listeners and people who are watching.
Thank you. I mean, all my audience around the world. So, yeah, and I'm so glad that you're on, because I know we've been trying to get you on, and you're a really busy lady.
Thank you very much for having me on, giving me the opportunity to speak to you on live, on air.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, we could talk about so many things, because you're involved in so many projects, and you're helping so many women, girls, and you know, so many people out there. But today, I thought, you know, one of the things that maybe we talk about is going back to nature. You know, how nature is so important for our own health and well-being, for our own lives as well.
I'm into nature as in as soon as we have a problem or we see something and we say, get up and I'm going to go out, I'm going for a walk to clear my head. We say that, but do we actually do that? With the climate the way it is, the world politics, the world financial situation all over the world, the way things are, mental health is a huge knock-on effect of that. And I'm very much of a believer that if you be one with nature and ground yourself, it's easier. I'm not saying it's going to be totally wipe out all the difficulties you have in life, but it makes it easier to deal with the difficulties that you have in life.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. So when we talk about nature, what do you mean by nature?
I mean nature, wherever you are in the world and whatever faith and culture you belong to, we always say Earth is our Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and we go back to, so that's where everything starts from. And in the last maybe 60, 80 years, however many years you want to go back, we have moved away from nature. We wear shoes, thick soles, and everything. We're hardly ever walking bare feet on the ground, on the grass. So we're not touching the nature itself, the Mother Earth itself, in any way, form or shape. And when we're out about, we jump into the car and we jump out of the car. We are taking exercise, and we will go into the gym to do the exercise. We're not in open, fresh air. Even when we are in open, fresh air, our minds are so engulfed with everything else that's going on around us, and we're taking our thoughts out there when we're going out for a walk, that we're not letting the cold air or the warm air, wherever you are in the world, to touch you, to breathe that in and let your body be one with nature. And this is why going back to nature is what I say. Recently I've been talking about, now it's going to sound totally bizarre, but hugging a tree.
Some people go, tree huggers.
Tree huggers, right? It sounds absolutely and totally bizarre. But think about hugging your child, hugging your parent, giving a hug to your friend, giving a hug to a loved one, or then going out and giving a hug to, you just see somebody, a work colleague or something, you haven't seen them and you give a wee hug. Different hugs mean different things, and yet it's just a hug. So when I say tree hugging, it means you're bringing nature to yourself, and you're wearing your thick coats and everything, but if you touch the side of your cheek to the bark or the trunk of the tree, and then touch the bark with your side of your face to the tree, you can literally close your eyes and you can feel the positive energy from the tree. Don't forget, trees, leaves, flowers, everything is alive. It's taking our negative carbon monoxide, and it's giving out oxygen, stuff that we need, the good air that we need to breathe in. Putting yourself skin to skin with a tree, you can get the energy from the roots of the tree. We are only 20, 30, 40, however many year olds you are. The tree that is tall is been there for at least 80 years, 100 years, and in some cases when you travel around the world you can see trees that have been there for thousands of years.
The last about 3 years, I know that a lot of things have changed, around the world. People are working from home, they're not going out, they're in front of the computers. And, do you feel that maybe less people are going to go out to nature because the way things have changed, the way we work now?
Definitely. When you look at how many people have even stopped going to the gym because they've bought the exercise machines into their homes. They've turned the side of their house into a gymnasium. So they're not even taking that small walk that they may from a car park to the gym. They're not even taking those few steps. So they're within their surroundings, and we're getting further and further away from nature. And nature is not just, it's that, but whenever we talk about health, we say healthy eating. What is healthy eating? It's the nature, it's the goodness of the fresh fruit, the vegetables, drink water, that's nature. So it's everything. Having that balance in your life is good. We're taking the greens, we're taking the fruits, we're taking, fresh air and then the water. But what about your other needs that your body has? Walking, just even if you're in your own garden, and you can walk for a few moments, when the weather is obviously living in Scotland, we have to, weather permitting, if you can walk on the grass for a few moments, bare feet, that is, again, gives you that energy. When you're in the good weather, we're out at the beach, we're walking bare feet on the sand, or we go into the water, the seawater, or bare feet. That tingling feeling, that reviveness, you get that reviving or energy into you. It's all because it's nature. Look at the sea, how alive that is. So you're taking your energy from there, and it's so important to have those elements in your life on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's just at the moment, obviously, I wish we could, if the community would actually promote that. I think there's so much stuff on TV and things like that. It's not promoting nature enough for us to go out and be in nature. As you mentioned, how beneficial it is for us to be around nature and trees. And you mentioned about tree hugging. Now, people might hear about tree hugging, the crazy people, they must be something wrong. But the fact that you said that, connecting, you connect to the tree or the plants and you could feel it in your heart and put your cheeks on the bark and feel the energy, and makes a huge difference. I was reading about recently that the earth energy itself, it vibrates in a certain frequency, and it's actually same frequency as our own body's energy. So it's no wonder that we connect with nature, because we vibrate in the same frequency of energy, and that's why we feel. I personally love to go out to walk, because as soon as I go into nature, I just feel peace, and my whole body feels so relaxed. And I'm sure a lot of people who may be watching feel the same thing. But it's so important, especially at this moment, that people are going through a lot of health challenges, mental health challenges, They need this.
Absolutely. Going back to where we started from, going out for a walk to clear your head, and it's so important when you're going out for a walk, whether you're going down the beach to have a walk, take a walk, or whether you're going into a park, or whether you're tree hugging, it's to clear your mind of the stuff that you're already thinking about, stuff that is bothering you, what you're trying to get away from when you take that walk. Clear your mind. Think and listen to all the noises that are around you, and that could be the tree, different trees. Now you'll be surprised how a big tall tree, an older tree will make a difference, different noise, sounds, the wind, how the younger, the smaller trees, little plants, everything. And if you think of put all your own thinking to the back, tell those thoughts, I'll come back to you. But at the moment, this is what I'm going to concentrate. And you concentrate on the leaves, the different birds that are in the trees, the different sounds that are, the air is making, and all that is so important. And then right now, obviously, we're going through autumn. So many different colors of leaves that have fallen. And the sound that as you're walking, even if you're walking on the pavement and then you're walking on the grass, the different sound that makes. Think of those sounds and how it vibrates your own heartbeat. And when you're walking, you try and listen to your own heartbeat. Try and listen to your own heartbeat, and then you will see how each step that you're taking, the vibration from the earth is then giving that heartbeat messages. Going, as you've named the program, Back to Nature. From the very beginning, when children start going to nurseries, we see them growing seeds, going out, young children. As soon as they see mud, they want to put their hands into it. As soon as they see a puddle, they want to splash their feet into that water. That's nature. Nature is giving. But as we get older, we train ourselves to be away from it. Nature is telling children, yes, come, there's mud, pick up a worm, play with the leaves, all that. But then we train ourselves not to, other than just the cut flowers that some loved ones bought you, and you look at the flowers and that's it. How about going out there in your garden and planting a plant and watching it grow? Some years ago, His Majesty King Charles III now, this is a long time ago, and he said, I talk to my plants, and people thought, that's totally off the radar, that's not, but it does make a huge difference. If you put plants in a quiet room, nobody goes in there, just fresh air every now and then, water, that plant was not flourish. Bring that plant into your living room, and that plant will then flourish, because it's getting the noises, you're talking, the plant is listening, the plant is getting absorbing the negative carbon monoxide from you and giving you the oxygen, all the negative energy it's absorbing, yet it's giving you that oxygen to breathe.
Well, saying about plants, obviously there's a recent research came out that people who are working from home should have plants in their home. Definitely. And it actually helps them to be more productive and more have kind of more clarity and feel relaxed. So it really helps them on that side. So it confirms what you're saying, what they've been saying recently. And talking about plants, I was given 2 plants last year, and they were dying, all the leaves were coming out, and my friends said to me, 2 of my friends, can you take the plants home with you? I goes, okay. And they're like hardly any leaves left, so I took them home and left them and put music next to them, because I've got relaxing music in the living room, and kind of fed them slight water and left them, and this flourishing, and they don't know. My friends now say, well, I don't know what you do, but every time, and I collect all these dying plants, and I've got plants in my home, growing. So just like yourself. So it proves what you said, living, the plants are living, and they got energy, and they share the energy with us.
Definitely. Definitely. That's why more and more the governments around the world are, we need to have more trees planted. So the greenhouse effect can be reversed. We're not planting as many trees as we are cutting down. Obviously as every family is growing more and more, there are more people in the world than there's space. So we're cutting down and bringing down the jungles and stuff, and then building houses. So where are we planting the more trees to bring that nature back into? So green spaces are important. And if you have a green space, you have a garden, or even if you don't have a garden, you've got a balcony, or you can put, certain plants that you can have indoors. It's important to have that little bit of greenery, little bit of nature added into your surroundings. There are different plants that you can have for your bedrooms, different plants that you can have for your living room, because they work differently. There are plants that actually, I've got a plant, it's called oxtail. The plant is called oxtail. All leaves, as it gets darker outside, no matter how much light I've got in my house, the leaves close. And the nature, as the day is coming up, the leaves open up. So it shows you how important nature. We are in a world now where 24 hours things are open, offices are running, people around the world, it's a global village. So we can pick up a phone and make a phone call to somewhere else in the world, and call center is open, and we are staying up late and later and later and later, whereas your own body clock naturally shuts down between midnight and 4 a.m. and that's when all your organs, your skin's the biggest organ anyway, so that's when your skin is repairing itself. But if at that point we are asleep and we've got some natural something naturally living in our bedroom, i.e. a plant, it's giving you that more of that energy to repair not just your skin outwardly, but your inner organs as well, because we're breathing as we're sleeping, so we're breathing that positive energy into us.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what you're saying. So regarding nature, and obviously the mental health is going through the roof around the world, I know, especially what's happened the last few years, and you're encouraging people to go out in nature because it's going to really help with regarding mental health side of it. So have you had experience with anybody, or do you work with people that may have seen a huge difference in that side?
As you know, I'm a broadcaster. I've got my radio shows that I do. Recently, I have a person that I'm working with. He's partially blind, and he went out for tree hugging.
Yeah.
Mental health obviously is a big issue with him because of obviously the nature of his abilities or disabilities. And as he went out to tree hugging, he was closed mind for the first time, but the second time he went, he was a bit more open-minded, and he came back and he said he got so much out of it. So much out of it that his outlook has changed, and then people around him can see how much of being in different environments, from being indoors to being outdoors to being in with the nature and going tree hugging, as mad as it sounds, we keep saying it sounds mad, but it is so beneficial. And what have you to lose? Somebody passing by and having a little giggle at you. Whoever is passing by, you don't know them, they don't know you. Let them think, well, maybe they'll come and join you, or maybe they'll go up the path and they will say, well, that person was doing this, let me see what it's got, and they may just get that something out of it that maybe you haven't, or you've encouraged them to take that step.
Yeah, even if they don't do tree hugging, maybe as you mentioned about taking the shoes off, just putting barefoot in the grass, even lying on the grass and just connecting to Mother Earth.
Yeah. taking leaves into your hand and just feeling the texture of different leaves as you're passing by the tree. Just feel the leaves, what different texture, and that is, again, it's nature, skin, one-to-one, is becoming one-on-one, and it's giving you that, because that leaf has got so much energy for you. Again, we add leaves to our cooking. Green, so much green. Right at the end, we'll put some, coriander leaves, we'll put bay leaves, we'll put parsley, all those, and then we just kind of quickly serve it. So it's that green leafy stuff that we eat that's got the more energy. As we all know, the more greens you eat, the better it clarifies your blood, and blood circulation is better. You get more iron from your green stuff.
Yeah,
it stands to reason.
Yeah, and obviously. The greens absorb the sun, and that's energy.
Yeah, that's the energy. So that's where your vitamin D comes. The more vitamin D you have in your body, the better your bones are.
Exactly. I mean, the other day I went mushroom hunting, and especially at this October, November, you can see different kind of mushrooms popping up, and it's amazing, And you just look at it and you think, and there's also. I saw something like months ago that they could actually listen to the mushrooms, attach the technology they have, and the sounds each mushroom gives out. It's like music. It's amazing, and it shows you how plants, mushrooms, everything around us is alive. It's alive.
Definitely. That's why it's growing, because it's alive.
It's alive.
Until we take that vegetable off the plant, as potatoes and other things, we dig them out to the ground, it's alive, and that's why it's growing.
Exactly. The certain vegetables you eat for certain conditions, like root vegetables. They're saying that if you kind of floaty and you need more clarity, eat more root vegetables, which helps you to ground you more. There's certain vegetable linked to certain things, and that was very interesting as well. So we mentioned about, you were mentioning about energy and being alive. So I think Mother Earth has got all the plants available for anything, for any illness that is out there that we have is grown.
Definitely, because we've added so much to the vegetables growing. That's where a lot more of these health conditions that we're facing in today's day and age is, because we've added stuff to grow bigger and bigger, but not better. Definitely not better. Vegetables and plants and foods, because we've added artificial stuff to it, and that's literally killing us. So the more food that we produce without adding stuff to it, the better it is. And that's why people say organic food, organic eggs, organic milk, dairy products is better for you. Of course it's better for you, because you haven't got those additives already. I love gardening. I didn't always. I've recently come to gardening in the last 10 years or so. And there's I'll add some food, just normal food that I've bought off the shelf for the plants. And these plants are great, big plants, big flowers and everything. But something that I use natural stuff in, i.e. the eggshells and stuff from my kitchen that they don't grow as big. So obviously, if I'm going to eat that food that's grown with this artificial ingredients, then I'm going to be absorbing that, hence where obesity is coming into.
Exactly. There's a lot of push towards vegan stuff going on at the moment, plant-based food. And a lot of people are saying, quite a few people saying it's a good idea. But then, is it really a good idea? That's my thought of it. But it's maybe another show we need to do on that side of it. But as I said, we need to grow more plant, food, because and how it's going to be grown is another question, because then you need to feed huge amount of people, a huge population, if you're all going plant-based. So will it be natural, organic?
Well, already you could say organic, but how you can have one meal, 2 things on that might be organic, but what about the rest of it? You've got your spices, you've got your, your oils and your butter or whatever else you might use in it. You've got your tomatoes that you might use in it. That's not going to be all organic. So going organic isn't about going organic on 1 or 2 things. If you're going to go organic, my goodness, I don't think we can in this day and age.
No.
And going vegan, just because we are going to be eating plants based foods that are going to have so many artificial stuff added to it to make that plant grow more fruit, more vegetables. That it's vegan, but is it necessarily more healthier?
Yeah, well, it looks like there's a lot of recently lab-based grown plant foods are being advertised, and it's a shame because, as you said, growing in land is totally different to in labs and
genetically modified, as they call it. Yes. Where tomatoes are not round anymore, tomatoes can be square because they fit better in the boxes for being transported. So tomatoes are not round, tomatoes can be square. Okay. However, I couldn't possibly, it makes me think how far we've been taken away from nature without even realizing.
Exactly.
Without even realizing that we're so far away from nature. But we can take small steps for ourselves, i.e. going out, tree hugging, walking barefoot as much as you can. Try and be in, going out for a walk, and if it started raining, don't run in, let that rain. Yes, it might not be as clean and clear rainwater as it should be, but at least it's still something from nature you're getting from it, rather than nothing at all. So, children, as soon as they see the rain, you look at children, very innocent, 2, 3, 4-year-old children. They run. They want to be in the rain. They want to be, splashing the water. They want to be playing in the sand. They want, they don't care about. That's what we should be doing. We should learn from those babies that's what nature intends us to be.
Yeah. Well, I hope like yourself and many others who are encouraging more of that, and it's so important to do that, and hopefully more people can become more aware to connect with Mother.
Yeah, at the moment where we are just now, everybody around the world, is we are just being aware and making ourselves aware, and whatever we learn is to share with others as well. Not necessarily hundreds of people will agree, but if we manage to change few people's minds and just go out, just do 1 or 2 things, change 1 or 2 little things in your daily life, it'll make a huge difference. Instead of using your gym at home, going for that walk, getting to the gym might be all the difference.
Yeah, I'm sure quite a few audience may be watching at the moment, but thinking, you know what, Shabnum's right. I need to do that. And it's just, as I said, maybe putting your car aside and just taking that walk, and just by going to the gym, just walking, and then you just realize there's so many beautiful things around you, nature itself. Even if you don't have nature, look up in the sky, the clouds, and feel the breeze on your skin, and all those things that we take it, we just don't realize it. We're just kind of one way, focus.
Yeah.
I've got blinkers on, really.
Blinkers on. You're walking, and your eyes. Do we ever think of our eyes being exercised?
Yeah.
But then when you're walking, you're seeing the sky, the clouds, and everything changing shapes, different colors. The sun's going down is different. The sun's coming up, it's different. When you see it through the trees, the light that you're getting is different. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. You can sit and watch a screen with and everything is changing constantly. I'm talking and I'm constantly saying different things, but then you can be walking and it's a natural screen that's changing every step you take.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing, Shabnam. Definitely made me think today about nature more. Obviously, I love nature, and I try my best to go out and do more of it. So I'm sure a lot of viewers are watching, and they will be, thinking, yeah, why not? It doesn't matter the weather, as you said.
It doesn't. It's cold. You've got your thick jackets on, you've got your gloves on, you've got your shoes on. Go for a walk, and if you live somewhere near the sea, just stand and just close your eyes and just listen to the sound of water. Even if you're not by the sea, you're by a river, a loch or something, just listen to the water. It's alive. It gives you so much energy. It's unbelievable. People say go away on holiday and you come back refreshed, a new person. Why? Because you try and get away from those thoughts. And wherever you're going, you always make sure that you're going to a different environment, different weather conditions to where you are. Whether you go to watch the Northern Lights or whether you go to Bali and just, the serenity. But it's always different environment you go to. And that's all because nature.
Yeah.
No matter how you go about in life, you come back to that word, and that's nature.
Back to nature. Well, thank you, Shabnam, for coming on.
Thank you so much.
It's lovely to have you on.
Thank you.
And thank you for your lovely energy. And I'm sure a lot of people, you made them think, made them more aware.
I hope so.
And but I would love to get you back. I mean, as I said, you've got so much experience and you're doing so much anyway to help so many people. Maybe get you back and talk about other things that you're doing, women's rights and things like that. That'd be fantastic.
Definitely. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for listening to us.
Thank you, Elle, for watching the Aladin Show. As you can see, I have amazing guests coming on, so you need to keep watching my shows. So thank you again, and remember to tune in, and remember to watch my other shows as well. And anyway, wherever you are, take care, keep smiling. Speak to you soon. Bye.